What's up? Welcome back to Setting the Edge. We're jumping right in with the overlay on accident, but Bettor Edge, that is our sponsor. I promise you, we are joined by other people besides this app, and we'll be on here in a second. But the Setting the Edge competition, we do this every week. NFL, we are in the divisional playoffs now, so this is the 20th week that we've done this, which is insane to say. $10 to join. This week, because of the smaller card, because there's only 4 games, we are adding totals. It's normally just sides. So we have sides and totals. You pick 5. We are doing a top 3 placement. So if you get first, second, or third, you make money. Right now, there are 6, 7, 8 people in there, and usually ends up being about 12 to 15 people in there. So it's a sizable pot. You can do that. Use the code 5RSN to get $20 from 5 Reasons Sports when you sign up on Bettor Edge. Great opportunity to make some money. We have daily NBA competitions. There's the marketplace in there. You can set your own line. Bettor Edge is a great way to get closing line value. Divisional round, we are here 20 weeks in. We are not fully staffed tonight. Unfortunately, our guy Tony, with the weather, that's been going on with the Northeast, these winter storms. He is stuck somewhere between Tennessee and Florida.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess he's somewhere, if it's a winter storm, probably closer to Tennessee, maybe in the Georgia mountains. Maybe he took the scenic route. Maybe he, I don't know, went through North Carolina, the Blue Ridge Mountain. I don't know. All right. Anyways, we hope Tony's okay. And we'll hopefully make sure that Tony actually does his picks, because we know he is the only person in 20 weeks that did not make his picks for 1 week. So we cannot let him be delinquent. But convenient for someone on this panel, because he forgot, we are going to go, because I'm the commissioner of this shit, we are going to go by total wins. Total wins is going to be the champion here. That's how we're going to do our standings. And because of that, because of punctuality and dependability, Andy right now, 43, 49, and 3, 1 game behind Tony, 44, 43, and 3. So 1 game behind there. Next up, Ray, 50, 42, and 3. And I am at 56, 36, and 3. So we are right now close at the top, close at the bottom. Lots of time left, though. 3 weeks left as we
I think a full 0-5 week from you. I'm tired of being second place to you, damn it. This is uncalled for.
Last week, we were all kind of struggling. Tony went 1-4. Andy went 3-2. Actually, I'm sorry. I thought all of us went 2-3. I'm looking at my marks wrong. Everybody went 3-2 with the exception of Tony, who went 1-4. Not bad. Again, I keep saying, if we go 3-2 every week, you make money gambling. So we are going to jump into this. We got our card on Bettor Edge. We are going to go through the 4 games. As always, we'll talk about them. If we have any shared picks, we'll just add on to Andy once he starts off with his Bet the House special. And then unique this week, we do have totals. So 5 picks for everybody. And we'll start it off with Bet the House special. Andy, go ahead.
I'll go with the only domestic play that I've hit this week. International plays not included. All right.
I am not even going to let you tell us what other you bet on, because YouTube will shut us down. It's like I don't know. It's probably some sort of money laundering scheme. But Andy, go ahead.
Relax. Lower the volume, man. Hey, Tampa Bay Buccaneers Bet the House special +6 on the road. I know Lions doing their thing. Lions looking elite right now. But, man, Baker Mayfield, this is his time. This is his story, bro. He's on 10. That defense is on 10. Todd Bowles, it's ton of reporters to do their homework and to watch the games, man. This matchup, to me, it already got some spice in it. Back and forth talking between the players. They've met before. I like it. I think it's 2 nice defenses, 2 good offenses, 2 good coaching staffs. Don't look at the records. Don't look at that 9-8. Okay, Mr. NFC South. Don't look at that. That's a quality team out there with a quality quarterback, quality weapons, and a quality defense. I like this pick a lot. So much. What y'all got on it?
Ray?
Flip it. I'm on the other side.
What's flipping it?
We saw the inferior opponent. We know the Baker Mayfield cycle. It is time, friends. It is time. The divisional round is here, and it is time for the cream to rise to the crop and the bullshit to get out my damn face. And the Bucks are the bullshit that need to get the hell up out my face. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of Baker. I get it. I've had a lot of people, a lot of friends be like, Raymond, we told you about Baker. We told you about Baker and Derek. I don't care. I'm over it. I'm done with it. Amon Ra St. Brown, that is the tongue twister of a name. Clip moment, touchdown, and over on the receptions, and over on the yards. Amon St. Ra Brown, whatever the hell his name is. I'm not saying it again. But with that being said, I don't care what Andre got going on. He ain't finna have a house at the end of the day. Give me Detroit -6. I'm sorry, Andy. You can come live with me. Make sure you bring the clock up.
You just sound like a hater, man. That's all I'm saying.
I hate playing that game. And I hate the player that is Baker Mayfield.
Ray, this is good for you because I am on the same side as Andy. Tampa Bay +6. I'll tell you what. I like the story of Detroit. I like the story of Baker Mayfield. I just feel like there's something about what Tampa's got going on right now. And I will tell you this, not for me personally, because I don't belong to the faction of Eagles Nation here in Philadelphia, but we've got hit by tomorrow 2 winter storms. Those storms are nothing compared to the hit that the Bucs put on Eagles Nation, because these people are hurting. These people are hurting. I mean, I can relate, and we'll talk about the Dolphins at some point with, how that went down, but it's like NFC and AFC disappointment, but it's a whole nother level, man, in Philly with the way that they went down. The Bucs look good. I got Tampa Bay +6. I also have the over in this game because we had to pick one of those over-unders. I don't really like any of them, but I went over 48.5 in this one with my Tampa +6. Did either of you guys do a total on this game?
No.
I did. Thank you for reminding me. I actually went under because I feel like the defenses are going to take more control, and I feel like if Tampa keeps it close, it's because they're not allowing Lions to score. So that's why I couldn't pull towards under.
It's -6, so as much shit as we're sitting here talking and doing all this is totally going to push. I'm already thinking that now.
Yeah, it's an interesting. I usually reference this, and I didn't have it pulled up. Has it moved at all? Real life outside the competition?
I think it's
6.5
now.
Yeah, 6.5 and 48.5 looks like the consensus line. Yeah, that's Sunday 3:00 game. Should be an interesting one. Crazy to think that one of those two teams is going to be in the NFC Championship, though.
Crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that week 1?
I don't know how Eminem will handle this if they make it to the. I don't know.
Well,
he might die we might get a whole new album. This might just have to happen on that basis alone. We might get a whole new album because the Detroit Lions make the NFC Championship game. Right there,
we don't need any more Eminem albums, bro.
Yes, we do.
How do you feel?
You sound like a hater.
Bro, I like them, bro. They haven't been all that, man. The new ones haven't been all that. I don't know what to tell you.
Before I forget, shout out Daniel Barry for being here. Shout out Matt for being here. Daniel has been here more times than Tony. We appreciate that. Matt is always here also. We appreciate you coming in. And you know what? I should probably throw this out there. Maybe you can just do it in the comments. We won't take time to discuss it because his name has been brought up too much. But do you think a new Eminem album would help Tyler Hero play better?
Yes. No. It's got to be Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow, or we're not getting Tyler Hero.
I think Tyler Hero will play really well with Trae Young in Atlanta. I feel like that's his atmosphere.
With the primary ball handler, you say? I've been thinking the same thing, just on the Miami Heat. All right, back to football.
Enough of this. Ray, I'm gonna guess that your Detroit was not your Bet the House special.
No, that was actually my Bet the House special.
Okay, so we cleared that out. And I'll be honest with you. I guess if I had to go to my Bet the House special, I'm gonna go Niners -10. I don't really have a Bet the House special. I think that they're the best team. I would wish to have 9.5 like I bet in other spots, but 10 is the number in the competition, which again, Ray, you know what's going to happen. They're going to push. But Niners are strong. Packers are playing great. I know that there's a lot of people that really like what Jordan Love and all them are doing. I just think 49ers rested at home are going to come in there and blow their doors off. Sometimes, and you guys, we can talk about this, I think you get too excited about these teams in Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah.
Texans, we'll talk about them.
Yep.
Packers, Bucks. Bills and you can say the same about the Bills and Chiefs.
Texans.
Yeah, I'm on Niners -10. Anybody else on Niners and Packers?
I'm on the point total with this, and I'm on the under 50.5. Like you said, I think teams get a little excited from Wild Card Weekend. I thought it was amazing to watch some of these young quarterbacks come in and step up and do the things that they did. C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, kind of show us that the hands of the league, or the league, is in good hands with the young guys of the future. But and I get Brock Purdy is also a young character too, but there's a lot on that offensive side of the ball for the 49ers that absolutely terrifies me. I believe for the most part, 49ers defense is relatively healthy. And for everything that the Packers did against the Cowboys team that consistently chokes every playoffs for the past 20 some odd years. Remember when I told y'all when the Cowboys played the 49ers, I think they're fixing to get boat raced out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Packers are fixing to get boat raced out of here, and I don't think they score more than – if they score more than 17 points, I will be thoroughly surprised. I wish them the best. I wish them luck.
Your pick was the under, right?
Correct.
Cool. Andy, anything on this game?
I'm with you on this one. I'm going with Packers -10. But if I'm wrong on one game, I think it might be this one, just because I agree that the Packers probably have a huge emotional roller coaster right now. They didn't even expect to make the playoffs. They made it. They won against a team they weren't supposed to beat at all. They were not favored by any stretch of the imagination. But the fact that this coaching staff, mainly the head coach, Matt LaFleur, has been in these moments before. This is not the first time he wins a playoff game. Not the first time he's been in San Francisco. And not the first time he's been fighting to get to the conference finals championship. So I think he might be able to rally his troops. There's enough veteran leadership on that team that it might get the emotions in check. And Jordan Love, he feels like a rookie, but he's not. He's a 3-year vet at this point. So it's an interesting game. I think it might be like I'm picking Niners out of instinct, but I feel like the game might be closer than 10. But I'm going Niners -10.
He curveballed me because I totally thought he said Packers.
He did. I was just about to ask because he said Packers -10. I was like, wow, that's ballsy to think that they're just going to blow them out like that.
Hey, what's the line? What's the line? What's the line?
9.5. 9.5.
Yeah,
no. What's
10.
if I play Packers -10? What do I win?
Oh yeah, that would be good. I'm going to bring that up for a different game that I think could be a possibility play, but I'll look as we're talking. But you would make good money doing that.
Or I mean,
let's see here. Andy's got 3. Ray, why don't you give us your third pick?
All right, I'll pick another under then, or another point total, which is an under. Supposed to be cold again. Supposed to be miserable again in Kansas City. Not Kansas City. I'm sorry, Buffalo. Excuse me. Pardon me. It's Patty Mahomes' first, what you want to call it, road playoff game. And I don't think either of these teams are going to score a lick. One of the themes of the wild card weekend was, I think it was 6 overs to 2 unders. And I'm almost like, I'm betting my bottom dollar that they're going to flip the script this week. And it's going to be a lot more unders and a lot more teams just kind of like buckling down defensively. You're going to see teams, everything's going to tighten up at this point because now, like, wild card weekend, I get it. It's the start of the nitty gritty, but now this is like you make one wrong mistake because they've already removed half of the garbage and it might be over with for you. So a real defensive struggle in Buffalo for both teams, under 45.5. And I think that line has moved. That might not be the line that's moved for me on the over under, and it might be the other one that I'm on. But I do know that one of the lines that I have has dropped 1.5 since you started the
consensus line right now. Still Buffalo -2.5. The over/under is down to 45.5. So on the competition, you're getting it at 46. So slightly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's not the play. I have one more where it's dropped significantly. Well, not significantly, but 1.5 for sure. So Kansas City, Buffalo, under 45.5.
Andy, you have anything on this game?
I got Buffalo -2.5. I feel like they're gelling it together right on time. They're dealing with a few injuries that makes me a little uncomfortable, but I don't know. At home, in this weather, Josh Allen, he just feels like he pulls a rabbit out of his hat every time he needs to, man. It's like a traumatized. I'm traumatized seeing that team, man. I haven't seen a victory against that team in such a long time. So I feel like they'll pull it out. I feel like Mahomes on the road will be different. Chiefs on the road will be different. How's Kuzma doing?
He's on the bench right now, but Sean, they're up 4.
Oh. So I feel like that first road game, I'm feeling Bills. I feel they'll win.
All right.
I wasn't impressed by the Chiefs last week. Like, let's just put it that way. Like,
Andy, I got this for you. This is going to be called the Bet the House and Get Yourself an Extra House special. If you did Packers minus 9.5 plus 1,200, or Packers minus 10.5 plus 1,400.
1,200. So if I play 1,200, how much do I win?
Why would you do that? All I can tell you, if you bet $10, you'd win 120.
This is multiplier.
Oh,
I'm telling you that might be.
You'd win some money. You'd win, I think, like 24 grand. I think. Is that right?
Wow.
I mean, if you bet 100 on it, you get 1,200.
Yeah. So if he bets, 1,200. I'm
12.
sorry.
You win 1,200.
I thought he said 12,000, and I'm like,
I was like, yo, like I bet there's these one crazy ass Texan who did a similar play this weekend, Texans versus Browns. Some crazy ass Texas boy, some crazy ass oil driller. Why can't I be a crazy ass, electrician? Shock the world, man. Come on, man.
When I was looking it up in we won't name the app since they don't sponsor us, but I had something left in my bet slip, and I was like, wow, that's a really good payout. And it was because it wanted to parlay it with Rudy Gobert over 15.5 rebounds.
God.
So thankfully that I didn't do that, but I hope Rudy does have over 15.5 rebounds. All right. So Andy's on Buffalo minus 2.5. Ray is on the under 46. I am also on Buffalo minus 2.5. I don't really know what to pick in this game. I'm betting it because of the line, because I don't see the value in Kansas City plus 2.5, even though it's Mahomes getting points. I just think the number, if you give me Kansas City plus 3, I'd definitely think about it. Buffalo minus 2.5 at home. You got to get it done. This is it. Like, if you don't get this done, heads have to roll in Buffalo, because this is their prime opportunity. Mahomes on the road, get the shit done. Now, this is what I was going to say when Andy was talking crazy about the Packers. I don't know if I'm doing it with the Packers, but if you really like Kansas City, go Kansas City minus 2.5, and I'll look up what the payout is. It's not going to be plus 1,200, but it's going to be like probably plus 400-ish, I would bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or go Kansas City minus 6.5. You think Buffalo's a fraud and Kansas City's going to go out there and beat them by a touchdown. Now you're getting closer to that, plus 1,200. So that's the way I think I would play it. I've played Buffalo minus 2.5 elsewhere. But I think to Ray's point too, while Buffalo's defense is banged up, I think the weather, cold, two teams that are going to just be scrappy and great game plans. And I think an under 46, that's a good bet too. I don't have it on my card, but I like that under.
No, another thing I forgot to mention, like one of the reasons I was a little confident last week about my fellow Finns was because Kansas City typically doesn't run the ball well and typically doesn't stop the run well. And that's Buffalo Bills good at both. Good stopping and good at doing it, and they're in their house. So it's an iffy game. I feel like both of these teams are kind of underachievers. Both of their rosters aren't as talented as their name brand would suggest. But it's two top QBs. On prime time, everybody's going to watch. It's going to be a fun game.
So before we go to the last set of picks from the last game, again on an unnamed app,
Comunita.
Kansas City minus 2.5 would be plus 150. Kansas City minus 6.5 would be plus 300.
What's minus 10? Go ahead and tell me then.
They don't have even. It's all fractions. So minus 9.5 would be plus 450. Now, here's what I will say. I'm going to let everybody the 20 people that are listening, including the two of us, and anyone that watches later, if you go to Bettor Edge and you put Kansas City minus 2.5, I guarantee somebody will buy that for more than plus 150. If you go Kansas City minus 6.5, you can get that for more than plus 300. You go in there, you place an order, you put that baby at like plus 350. Now you just got 50 cents value on the closing line. I know it's an alternate spread. That's a secret sauce. You can always get a better line on Bettor Edge because people are going to look at that and say, oh, on the other side of this, oh, I get Buffalo at home plus 6.5, plus whatever. They'll take it. I guarantee it. Not that I've ever done that before.
And remember, when you do all this, use promo code 5RSN to get $20 off from Ethan J. Skolnick. Got that in.
$20 promo, good segue. Yeah, you can use that, get that $20, throw it out there, make bank. You can triple it up right there off of Kansas City. All right, so I believe the last picks should all be from Houston and Baltimore, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's have Andy go next. What do you got? Houston or Baltimore?
I got Baltimore minus 9. I gotta behave myself. I can't go too crazy this weekend. However, I really feel like flipping my San Fran pick. But Baltimore's a different level of team, man. Houston, they got a nice offense. Okay, the D'Amico Ryans is motivating and pushing that defense, but they're not ready for the dark horse. They're not ready for the best team in the league, Baltimore Ravens. They're not ready for the league MVP, Lamar Jackson. Rookie head coach versus one of the best head coaches in the league, and John Harbaugh, man. This is gonna be an ass whooping, bro. An ass whooping. Like that Baltimore defense gonna cook some shit up for CJ Stroud. I'm gonna tell you that, bro. They gonna lose by 2 scores for sure. Well, no, minus 9 obviously is 2 scores. I mean like 2 TDs. Obviously, it's 2 scores.
Oh, poor Andy.
Ray, what do you got?
Yep.
You got 2 picks on this one.
I'm with him. I really love the Texans. I'm so happy that they got the Browns out of here. Because, the whole Deshaun Watson thing, that entire situation was adorable to watch. I really like the whole idea of rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, and let's ride the AFC Championship game. But Lamar Jackson is looking real quarterbacky. If anybody knows that reference.
Definitely is.
He's looking real quarterbacky. And there's nothing like there's a lot of things that I could call like a trap line or something. I stared at that for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm like, I cannot even convince myself that they can cover this. I just can't do it. I mean, I'm sure. Look, there's an infinite number of multiverses. I'm sure there's one scenario or one of those where it happens, but I just don't. Not here. Come back in 2-3 years, kid. Like, I'm begging you, do not give up. You will be here for a long time, but it's Marmar time. I'm sorry. Ravens minus 9.
No, I love it.
Did we just lose Sean? Oh, Lord. I'm scared.
Oh, no.
What do we do?
I wonder what side he was on. Let's do a quick bet. I think he was on Baltimore. So now
he's on Baltimore. Did he have 5 picks?
No, this
already?
I'm not sure.
There he is. All right. Our savior's back.
Ray, I had to run away for just a second. Ray, I believe Houston?
Ravens.
Ray, maybe that one universe, just like DeAndre Ayton got stuck at his house this weekend, maybe Lamar Jackson gets stuck in his house this weekend. And there you go. Texans.
What about over-under?
This is the one where it's dropped. When I was looking at it, it's down to 43.5. And I'm just going to ride with it. Again, this goes back to the same kind of concept that I was talking about, the same narrative. There were a lot of overs in the division. The wild card round. It's time to tighten up. It's time for the nitty gritty. You have the cream of the crop. Like, as far as everyone is concerned, for the most part, this is going to be the Ravens and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. And they should they should walk through and handle business in this round. Whatever happens in the NFC and the AFC Championships game is fine, but I just see it's another defensive struggle, at least for one of these teams. Like I'm sure the Ravens will put up 21, 24, 27 points, but getting 14 out of that Ravens defense is going to be something special for the Texans. 14, 17 points, yeah. So Ravens under 45.
Got it. I'm on the Texans.
What?
I don't think the Texans win, but I think they cover. And if I need to be specific, because I also have a first half bet on the Ravens, then the Ravens come out early, get up, and then the Texans are going to cover late. Backdoor cover. They're going to keep playing hard for their coach. We're opposite twice, Ray. So that gap that we talked about, we're directly opposite on 2 plays.
I'm coming for you, Sean.
For you, or there's an opportunity for me to slam that door shut. Let me ask a couple questions here, since obviously it's only a 4-game card. Ignore the spread, okay? Of the 4 favorites, so the 4 favorites would be Baltimore, San Francisco, Detroit, and Buffalo. Which team would you say is most likely to lose? Not about covering, just straight up, they're gone. They don't play next week.
Buffalo.
Whoever wants to go first.
Buffalo. Like you already said it. Like if you don't capitalize on this, like that's it. And every single time the rubber meets the road with Josh Allen, it's been the same thing. It has always been the same thing. And I don't see how suddenly it's changing. Like they can barely get Stephon Diggs the freaking ball. Like thank God that James Cook is able to run and he can sling it to Dalton Kincaid and stuff. But Buffalo is so they're not teetering, but they're sitting on the most precarious perch of all time. And I'm telling you, the slightest blow in all this, it's over with. So if they get down, you go down 10 points, 14 points, out the door. Bye. They won't even try.
I agree with that. Andy, what do you think?
If I'm not saying it with my emotions, I'm saying it based off facts and shit. I would definitely say that's as closest to a coin flip as you're gonna get. It also depends who the refs want to win on that game. But if I don't have to pick that game, I probably would go Detroit and Tampa, because I really think Tampa has a nice shot. I really do.
Cycle. And
obviously, both of those are the 2 lowest spreads. Saturday games are both 9-10 point spreads. So you're really looking at the odds are telling us that those are the 2 most likely, being that they're the lowest spreads, and that Buffalo being close to a 3-point spread is the most likely if it happens. All right, San Francisco and Baltimore obviously are the 2 favorites in each conference, right? Most likely Super Bowl. I want you to give me, and then we'll close on this, give me a team that besides those 2 you feel most confident in finding a way to the Super Bowl, besides San Francisco or besides Baltimore. A team that you feel most confident then can win 2 more games and find themselves in the Super Bowl. I don't care if you think they can win it, but who's going to find themselves there?
Andy, you want to go first?
No, this is not going to make sense to anything I've said at all. But if I had to pick one, it would be the Packers, because I think they have a shot, like a puncher's chance, 15% chance to beat the Niners. And if they beat the Niners, divisional rivalry game, it will be on the road, but against the Lions, they know that opponent already. I think them, because I don't think in the AFC, I don't think anybody's beating Baltimore. So I'm not even looking at the AFC. On the NFC, obviously we can't pick Niners. But if Niners lose this weekend, I will go all in on Packers to make it, not to win it, because Baltimore will be the champion this year. But I'm not scared of anybody else on that side. So, and I don't think Tampa can beat 49ers, and I think Tampa is gonna beat Lions. So that's why the math worked that way.
Makes sense. Ray, what do you think?
I know I just made that whole big spiel about I don't believe in the rookie quarterback, and the rookie head coach, but if you get past the Baltimore Ravens, if you somehow manage to scrape by and steal that shit, you are going to the Super Bowl, and I'm like my car paint, car insurance, phone bill, rent, lights, water, my 401k, the 1% that come out my check, my FICA, all that shit. Houston Texans, just give it to me. I won't care no more. But really and truly though, like I even read an article where they were like talking about like what team out of the two, like, you know, 49ers and Ravens would be like the most like likely to lose, and everybody basically kind of consensus with it would be the 49ers. And it's like, yeah, I can totally see that you come out flat and these guys are hot, but like that Ravens team, I wish I could think of like an NBA comp for them, but like not that Ravens team. That Texans team, I wish I could think of an NBA comp, maybe like the Thunder last year. But like, oh my God, it's all there. They've got depth at running back. I know Dameon Pierce wasn't the greatest, but Devin Singletary came in and did a bang-up job. Nico Collins is just out here doing whatever the hell he wants. Unfortunately, they lost Tank Dell. It's unfortunate, but like still, there's so much depth at their wide receiver position. I think their number 4 guy is Robert Woods, and he can still give you 5 catches a game. So like, look, if there's one team that has the offensive capabilities to do it, ain't afraid of nobody on defense, it's the Texans. So if you can get past the 49ers, good luck. No, I'm sorry, not good luck. Congratulations. Because holy shit. And they're that's it. It can only be the Texans for me. I can't see it with anybody else, but I don't see it with the Texans.
Which is why there's like a 1% chance there'll be a Packers versus Texans Super Bowl.
If only the Cowboys. Well, no, actually, we don't need that. There's no world in which we need an all-Texas Super Bowl. We don't. We can't have that.
No, I don't need that. No, I don't think so.
Actually, no. That's a lie. Yes, we can. Because it would be the sweetest thing of all time for the Cowboys to lose to baby brother Houston Texans after 25 years of not making it. And they're like, oh, we're back.
It's our time.
Them boys is back. They're going to burn the jorts. They're going to burn the Jordans. They're going to burn the throwback Romos, baby. The DeMarcus Wares, all of it. It's all going to be gone.
Not the DeMarcus Wares, man.
How about them Cowboys? All right. Well, we'll close it down there. We will also just pay homage to Isaiah Hartenstein, who has 16 rebounds with 4.5 minutes left. So the greatest rebound of our generation. If you're not betting on Isaiah Hartenstein over rebounding, you're missing out on generational wealth. Just
wait, Sean, you didn't make your pick.
Which one?
No, he did. He's on the Texans.
Oh, you did?
For what team that I think?
Yeah, besides Baltimore and Niners, who do you think can go?
Oh yeah,
I would agree. I think Packers, because if I get past San Francisco, I have either Tampa Bay or Detroit, and I think both of them are more beatable than if I'm Houston and I get through. Then I got KC or Buffalo. But I think both sides of it, you can say that if Houston gets through, they had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Confidence through the roof. And then you got KC. But if you just beat Baltimore, you afraid of KC? We know what KC's been. I mean, let's not be honest now. KC has been shaky all year. Buffalo been shaky all year. So it's one of those things where confidence, the hot team, you see that kind of like in NHL hockey in the playoffs. Saw that last year with the Miami Heat. Like, got past Milwaukee. After that, it was like, shit, what's going on?
Are we all in agreement that the least likely team of the underdogs to advance is, I feel like at this point, it's Kansas City, the way we're talking? Because it's Kansas City, or unfortunately for Andy, it's the Bucks. Like,
yeah, I mean, Baltimore's going to be a favorite against Kansas City or Buffalo.
Yeah.
They'd be home against both. barring something. I just don't see Kansas City beating them. That
Yeah,
would
the
be
real-
come back to reality.
Bill
Real-
O'Brien is the Ohio State new football coach.
Bill O'Brien?
Bill O'Brien. Ohio State just hired Bill O'Brien as
What
their
happened
head
to
football
Brian
coach.
Day got fired?
I guess. What the? I don't pay attention to college football. I just got the ESPN notification.
I
All
thought he
right.
was
We're going to check on that. Make sure you guys check out Bettor Edge. Use the code 5RSN. Get yourself $20 from Anything School Next Pocket.
Oh, I'm sorry. As
Sign up.
OC. As OC. I apologize.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Cam Ward, baby.
Sorry.
You.
We're going to close it up. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Andy, Ray, Tony, we hope you're safe. Make sure you make your picks. We'll be back next week for Conference Championship Weekend, second to last show. Thanks, guys.